Okay, today is July the 25th, 2016. We're watching the southwest water vapor loop. And first thing is that we have a lot of chemtrail activity being sprayed over the Southern California area, and that's because of this monsoonal moisture flow. The jets were summoned to spray their chemicals over the top of this moisture field, and that will stop the rain once again in Southern California. And we can see that chemtrail activity moving in from the southeast. From our location right here in the foothills of Los Angeles. Now, right now at 10:30 a.m. In the foothills, we have a barometric pressure of 30 inches. Now, that's risen, and that is very typical when we have this kind of weather just to the southeast or to the southwest. They always raise the surface pressure, and they use these transmitters located on these islands and inland to do that. So we've got a pressure right now of 30 inches. That's risen from yesterday. The humidity right now is 26%. We've got a dew point of 42 degrees, and the temperature right now is 82. Okay, so we're watching a storm here. This is a monsoonal thunderstorm. This is being blown apart, and we can see the shock wave out here on the east side. Right up here, we can see remnants of a shock wave right there from a previous blast, probably up in this area, right there. Moving to the southeast. You can see that right there. Okay, let's look at the, well, let's go back to the, this is the rainbow loop. I'm out of order today. Okay, so here is the rainbow loop. We can see the color change going on right here. That storm is completely imploded. And we can see that shock wave that we were just looking at. There's a huge hole that opens up here. So this was targeted, and then this here was targeted after. And we can see what happens here. This whole entire storm is superheated, and it just is wiped off the map. Now, if we go to the visible light map, we can see what happens here. We have photoshopping, and then we have the day to night transition, or rather the night to day transition right there. And then we see the this huge crater. Notice the photoshopping in this area right here. Now let's scroll through. And there's a giant crater there that indicates that that storm was, this cell right here was hit very recently. So let's watch that. And then the entire system evaporates from all that heat right here. So this is some great evidence. This is where the microwave targeted that particular area right there. And normally the how this starts out is a very, very pinpoint, narrow pinpoint, sort of like a dimple, and then this expands outward. And that's what we're seeing here. So this area was hit probably back at this point right in here when they were photoshopping. We can see the blast pattern right there. Right there we can see some evidence of blast right down on the south side of that. Let's go ahead and run it. And we can see that up over here, same thing is happening. Let's stop that again and watch what happens right here in Southern California. We can see some dimples right over the tops of these cumulus clouds as they move towards Southern California. All right, let's roll that. And the effect is that this stuff does not materialize into rain. We have the chemtrails and the microwave transmitters that are defeating the opportunity for rain. And we see that right here we have a strong northeast flow. That is probably manipulation. We've got some high pressure being installed right here. And that will wind everything back out to the east. Let's take a look now at the big map, the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop. We can see that Frank and Georgette, both of these have look like they've been hit fairly hard. This is weakened to 120 mile per hour winds. It's a Category 2 storm, Georgette is right now. And then we have Frank, which is starting to rebuild. We can see a blast pattern right there. Okay. And then we have a large thunderstorm area right here moving over Kansas and looks like Iowa out to the east. And we have some high pressure that's been installed here, right in this area. That is blocking the jet stream. We can see the jet stream mushrooming right into this area. Has to take a left. We have something spinning counterclockwise right there. The transmitter on it. Notice this square feature right here. This is a transmitter right here, phased array. Obviously, it's got a rectangle. And that will maintain separation between these two systems. And also the monsoonal thunderstorms have been completely destroyed as they move offshore so that they will not intensify this weather system right here. So they've got these pretty much blown apart for the time being. And then we have this man-made cutout here. This is a phased array transmitter that has created a separation that will maintain separation between these two systems. Take a look at the rainbow map. Rainbow map, we can see the clearing between these two systems. And also the odd right-hand turn that all this moisture is making as it gets into Southern California. So they're not going to allow any rain. It's going to be hot and dry and with chemtrails. So we've got the fires going in Santa Clarita and Acton and up in that area, and we have the chemtrails to top that off. And California has some of the most strict smog emission laws in the country, in the world, and the EPA is allowing these chemtrails to be sprayed in the skies, but yet we're bound by very strict auto emission rules. So these are the kind of things that need to be looked at. Okay, so that's it. We'll do another update probably tomorrow. Okay, that's it.